We got a special guest today. So Halloween, I actually went out and did stuff not once, but twice for Halloween. And I am here to tell you about it. Son of a... Get down. For this Halloween, I had like 8 costume ideas that I wanted to do. But if I was going out, because the first place I was gonna go to was a bar, the second place I was gonna go to was a karaoke place. The karaoke place would have been a little bit easier to maneuver in some of the outfits that I have, but the bar would have ruined a lot of outfits. So the first outfit that I was thinking of doing was Suguna from Jujutsu Kaisen. You willingly went under the bed and now you're crying? So Jujutsu Kaisen was gonna do that, but then I was like, oh, I don't want the white outfit to get dirty. And then I was like, oh, I could be Padme from my Padme shoot I did on Patreon, but then I was like, oh, I don't want that dress to get dirty. That was it's a beautiful dress, right? It's super cool. Don't want that to get dirty. And so I was trying to think, what could I possibly do? And then I came up with Viper from Valorant, and that was a really good idea. But the bad part, no one thinks this through. I kind of did think it through, honestly, but I was like, it'll be fine, I just won't drink that much. She did, in fact, drink that much. I decided for the bar, I was going to dress as Viper from Valorant, which includes like a bodysuit and then gloves and then her little spray thing, and then I have like a neck piece, and then I have like a mask, and then unfortunately, going pee was very difficult because I had to unzip. And the thing is, I'm double jointed in my arms and stuff, or I'm just flexible, I don't know. So getting into the suit and getting out of the suit wasn't that big of a deal, but the problem was I had like a belt and the pieces on the belt would come off, and so I had to stuff it into the outfit while also holding the gloves and holding onto my bag and everything else when I had to pee, which was in fact twice. Disappointed in myself. I had 7 drinks that night. Was I hungover that night? Yes. Well, morning, I guess technically, but yeah, I was. It wasn't too bad. I was honestly expecting worse, but I did do pretty okay with drinking water before bed, so. To the story. So we get to the bar, and it's me and my friends. My friends are dressed up as the boys and a pumpkin, Nate, and then I was dressed as Viper. We go in and everyone is showering. My friends that are dressed as the boys oh my god, I wanna hate you, but you look so good, and you're also not him, but your outfit's amazing. Everyone was gushing over, and they should, they looked great. Friends looked great. I was a little disappointed because I was like, why does no one know who Viper? Someone asked me if I was Loki. They're like, oh my god, Loki? And I was like, I could pretend, but I was like, no, I'm Viper from Valorant. And they're like, what? And I'm like, it's a video game. It was all worth it. Do y'all play Valorant? This is very important. Do y'all play Valorant? Because this is what happened. I was sitting down in a chair while everybody else was getting drinks, and this girl comes over and she was like, hey, are you Viper from Valorant? And I was like, yeah, I am. And she goes, oh my god, wait, and then waved over a guy and was like, do you want a gun, buddy? And I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. And so they pulled out, he whipped out his phone, and then he's like, oh, what's your Valorant gamer tag? And I was like, oh god, I don't know. But then I remembered, Coot. I hate the time change. I hate the winter. I mean, I like the winter, although my hands are so cold I can hardly feel them. I'm getting distracted. Anyway, so he put me down in his phone. I remembered my name was Coot something, something, something. So I tell him, oh, it's Coot, blah, 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 K-O-O-T. So he goes, okay, thanks. Walked away. And I was like, thank you so much, thank you. I don't know who it was. They didn't give me their Twitter. They didn't oh, what's your Twitter? Oh, what do you do? They didn't know I do Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram, and Twitter, and Fanhouse, and Patreon. They didn't know I do anything. Etsy, I do all kinds of stuff. They didn't even ask. They just gave me the gun buddy and walked away. Bizarre. So if you somehow come across this video, lovely people at the bar, thank you. It has been a great flex against people. I appreciate it. Makes people nicer to me in Valorant games, so I really appreciate it. Thank you for gifting me a gun buddy. The rest of the night just kind of hung out at the bar, and this bar is really cool. So we were there for the whole 6 hours of us being there, and it was, I don't know, it just went by really fast. A lot of drinks. A little bit too many drinks, but anyway, so then that was one night, and then the next night I went with Nate because his friends had a little Halloween party, and so we went to karaoke. And you guys have been around, I feel like you've been around long enough to know that I have a fear of singing in front of people. It's not my fear of throwing up or my fear of clowns. It's just something that I just won't do because I got bullied for it a lot growing up, of singing in front of people, because I thought I was good at everything when I was a kid, because my mom made me oh, you're so beautiful, oh, you're so talented. My mom really tried to build me up, only for elementary school to crash me down and tell me I'm ugly. But besides the point, they bullied me about singing, and so I just never sang ever again. I used to try out too, I used to be in chorus. I would try out for solos, I would try out for all kinds of stuff, and I just completely stopped after 6th grade because I got bullied so hard. So then going on to high school, I became friends with someone and we were really close and I was like, oh, maybe I can sing in front of them. Anyway, so then long story short, I sang in front of my best friend and they were like, who sings this song? Haha, maybe you should keep it that way. And I was like, never again. And I've done like a few singing things on YouTube, but like it's never been a whole lot just because I'm petrified. I don't like being told I'm bad at something. Whenever people tell me that I'm good, I feel like they're lying. So it's like the best of both worlds, you know? Anyway, so I just don't like singing in front of people. I sing to myself at home all the time. I sing in the car all the time. I will not sing in front of people. So going to karaoke, there's a slight problem with this because I will sing if I'm drunk. I've done it in front of a few friends and they're like, oh my God, you're singing in front of us. And I'm like, I got too drunk. If I drank a lot at karaoke, then I wouldn't even I wouldn't care, essentially, that I did karaoke. And I wasn't gonna do karaoke, but there were so many people there and I didn't want to be like the weirdo who didn't do karaoke. And I ended up doing karaoke and it makes me cringe. Here's the thing, how do you not cringe? How do you exist and not cringe at yourself? Because the thought of me doing karaoke makes me cringe. Everyone was filming it. And so like people afterwards were like, oh look, here's you doing this song. And I'm like, I'm gonna burn myself alive if I watch that video. Like, why can't I look at it and be like, haha, that was so fun? For starters, the first song I did, the first karaoke song I have ever done was Love Drunk. Is it Boys Like Girls, Love Drunk? I have like some deep meaning too, okay? From my high school days, that song was like engraved in my soul. And I ended up screaming it in like a screaming kind of way. And everyone is like, wow, you really felt that. I wanna rip my hair out just remembering that. God help me. And then I was like, oh, let's just do silly songs. So I'm pretty sure I did Rickroll. I'm pretty sure I Rickrolled the whole room. And then I did Funky Town when I up-pitched my voice so that way it sounded like, would you take me to Funky Town? Everyone seemed to have a really good time. I had a good time. I drank too much soju. I got the spins. Like when I got home, like I drank a lot of water too because I was like, I don't want to get hungover. I don't want to get hungover. Too late, Kate, too late. You're old. Congratulations, you figured out what soju does. It was kind of weird experiencing Halloween again. I dressed as Viper and once again, no one knew who I was and I should have probably dressed as someone else, but it's fine. We'll plan for next year. We'll do something a little different. Not sure what, but we'll figure it out. Is it so weird doing stuff for Halloween because of like COVID? I didn't really do anything. And did I do something for Halloween last year? Yes, I did, but I wore my mask the whole time. This time I didn't wear my mask because I have 4 shots and I got the flu shot, but then I did get a cold. So I don't know who gave me a cold, but I'm watching it. It was one of yous. Thor's licking his booty hole, but that's a whole different story. There's something going on. Oh God, what? All right, petition for Kate to move out of LA. Let's go. I'm kidding, I don't want to move out of LA. I know it ruins a lot of people, but I'm not one of those people because I do not leave my house unless it's for the gym or Halloween apparently, where Kate goes to karaoke and part of her soul dies. But in a way, if we look at it from a positive perspective, it's like, well, Kate, you know, try to conquer your fear. I don't feel like I conquered my fear. I feel like it made it worse, to be honest. Anyway, that was my Halloween. What did you guys get up to? Do you want me to hold you? What are you doing? Thor was, you know, the Pixar lamp? That was Thor for Halloween because he had a cone. Did you do anything fun? Did you stay at home? Did you want to dress up? Who would you have dressed up as for Halloween? Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching my video. I almost just said thank you for coming to my stream. Anyways, I hope you guys have fantastic, helpful stuff, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye.